Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Susie and I love to share with you my vintage booth and what I sell in it, and I love to upcycle items to sell in my resale booth and show you how to do that. So thank you for watching, and if you like this kind of content, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Today's video is a thrift flip video, and project number 1 is this hideous cross. I have been looking for crosses for Easter and I haven't been finding a whole lot within a reasonable price, and I came across this one at the thrift store for $2.99. Someone had gave it, as I said, a hideous paint job of black and green and orange. And I guess, you know, someone liked that. But it was at the Goodwill, so nobody wanted it for too long. I have cleaned it up. I repaired a little bit of damage with some glue. I'm going to give it 2 coats of DIY apothecary paint, and instantly I could see the difference and the potential in this beautiful cross. So I got 2 coats of the DIY paint on there. Apothecary is a beautiful spring color, and I thought it would be beautiful on this cross. I even took a little detail brush to make sure that I got in all the little crevices and everything really good. And the paint job itself made a huge difference in how this cross looked. But I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put some white wax on it just to bring out some more of that detail. It'll stay down inside those details, and then I'll wipe it back and it will just really bring this up a level. So I don't know what happened here. I really thought that I had hit record, but for the next step I did not have any footage of me doing it. I did, however, take some of the antique gold rub and buff, and just with my finger I went over all the raised parts of this cross, and that just absolutely finished it off. This cross went from being a hideous purple to an absolutely beautiful, elegant spring decor, and I'm so in love with it. What do you guys think about the transformation of this cross? Our second project is not necessarily a thrift flip. I ordered these flour sack tea towels from Amazon. I'll be sure to link all the products below that I'm using if you're interested in them. And I'm just going to hand stamp some of these. We're going to use a bunch of different stamps. It's going to be lots of fun. This first one is from the Queen Bee stamp set, and I'm using a full thin mount here. Thin mounts are great for lining up your stamps just right. Make sure everything has the correct placing, and then I'm just going to stamp this on both ends of the flour sack. Before starting this project, I did wash all the flour sack tea towels in the washing machine, and then I ironed them all flat, so that will help the ink be permanent. When I'm done, I will heat set them as well. This one turned out super cute. It's a little bit lighter than I want, so I did go ahead and put some more ink in my pad. For our next one, we're going to use the La Campagne stamp. And we're just going to use the little rooster and chicken with their little chickadees. And we're going to use the China blue ink for this. And we're going to go along the bottoms of the towel on both sides. I really love this stamp set. It is so French country and so dainty, and I love the China blue ink on this towel as well. Next, we're going to use the farm animal stamp. I'm only going to use the bunny, but I have plenty more of these towels. But for this video, since I'm trying to get a few more Easter things last minute in the booth, so I'm just going to stamp this bunny along the both bottoms, and then I'm going to come back with the lowercase letters from the typesetting stamps and just put the word hop above the bunnies. IOD does not have an orange ink, so I just mixed red and yellow together, and you can do that with your inks to make other colors. It works perfectly, and I love this orangey color. I love to use it for Easter. It just reminds me of carrots. So I just put the word hop, hop, hop over each of the bunnies. And I think this might be my favorite one. When I'm finished with these towels, you guys be sure and leave in the comments below which one is your favorite of these hand stamped towels. Okay, maybe this next one is my favorite. This is the Fawn stamp, and I'm using the Newgrass ink. I love all things ferns, and this stamp is so beautiful. And I even love how faint some of the little leaves on the ferns came out. And I just basically did this whole towel in random ferns. This stamp set is the butterflies. I just took a lot of the butterflies and lined them up on the bottom. Some of them have some wording underneath and some of them do not. That didn't matter to me. I'm using the black Decor ink, and the details on these butterflies are absolutely amazing. And the stamp came out so beautiful on this cloth. For my last stamp tea towel, I'm going to be using the new Birds and Bees stamp. I'm going to leave them on the carrier sheet just like they came, and I'm going to do the entire towel with the bees and birds. These really were so much fun to make. Don't forget, leave me a comment below which one was your favorite of these stamped tea towels. And also, if you want some IOD products, I highly recommend stamps over anything else because they are forever. All you need is some ink, and you can do so much with the stamps. For our next project, I found this really sturdy coat hanger at the Goodwill. It had great hardware on it. It was only $9, and to make something like this would cost way more than that. The hardware alone would cost that much. So I'm going to give it just an easy, simple little makeover. I'm going to start by removing all the hardware and cleaning it up really well. We've been using an accordion hanger to hang our coats and stuff on, and it really just wasn't sturdy enough, so I was so glad to come across this. I am going to be trying a new paint for this. I ordered some of this Fusion mineral paint in the color Hazelwood, And I got a new brush that I'm so excited to use. I ordered both of these from Julie's Signs and Designs, and I will be sure to leave a link for her store in the comments below. This gray is a beautiful gray, dark gray color, and it goes on perfect with this brush. It was the easiest 2 coats of paint I have ever put on anything. Even getting in between those slats with this brush was super simple. That's absolutely all I did. I considered distressing it back after I got the 2 coats of paint put on there, but then the paint was so smooth and so pretty that I decided not to distress it. And the great thing about this paint is a built-in sealer. Once you paint it, you're done. And I love that about this paint. What do y'all think about this paint color? I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I've got some dressers in my son's room that I think this will go perfect on, that I've been wanting to paint a long time. I'm so happy to have a really good coat hanger now. This last project is not really thrift flips either. I was in Dollar General a few days ago and I saw these cute little hangers, and they were only $1, which is cheaper than I can get them at the thrift store anyway. They've got some cute stuff on the front, but I decided that the backs could also be utilized for these 2. The first 2 were $1, and this last one was a little bit bigger and thicker, and it was $3. The first thing I'm going to do is clean all the tags off and take the hangers off. And then I'm going to give all 3 of them a couple of coats of white paint. These 2 I'm going to do something on the back of so we can still use the front. But the little birdhouse, I wanted to use the front of it. I wasn't crazy about the design that was on it. And the back just didn't look as much like a birdhouse. So once I get them all painted with 2 coats of white paint, we're going to use some decoupage paper on them. And I got this spring decoupage paper from Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and I'm just deciding which pieces I want to use. I did end up deciding to go with this one with the birds on all 3, so they would be matching. There's plenty of it to go for all 3 of them, and I will use that little chick and the little bird nest later on something else. I think I finally got the hang of decoupage. I used to struggle with it a lot. But I watched Sonnet a lot on Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and I learned to just do it in small sections. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using Mod Podge. A lot of people are using DIY liquid patina, and they say that it does not wrinkle as bad. But I don't get too many wrinkles with the Mod Podge. I put it on real smooth, and then I just lay the paper over it and work in sections. I had a little wrinkle there, and I was able to lift it up without tearing the paper, and we're just going to finish this one off. I also like to use a brayer to get out any wrinkles. It just really smooths everything down, and I usually do it before I put the Mod Podge on the top, so I got a little ahead of myself there. And then once I have everything down, I'm just going to go over the top with a really good layer of Mod Podge. I'm going to repeat the same process with the other 2, and then we'll doll them up a little bit more, and then these will be finished, and they are a perfect spring addition to your home decor. I let the decoupage paper dry overnight, and then the next day I just took a sanding block, and with a downward motion, if you sand the edges, they come right off really neat. I did terrible filming this. I'm out of the camera most of the time, so you'll only get to see a little bit of this, but I got all the excess paper off. And then we're just going to put some hangers on here and put a few little flowers. I really, on this bird nest, I decided that I wanted to paint the roof a different color than the white. And I had this hazelwood from the previous project we did. So I just went over the roof. I think the gray matches the writing behind the little birds. I hot glued a little ribbon on it and some flowers, and I had a little resin mold that I had made up. So I put that on there, and a little greenery on the mason jar here. For the other one, I just put a hanger on. I love the birds on it. I didn't want to add anything else to that one. And this little trio of hangers are so cute for spring and Easter. And I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. Thank y'all so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate you guys more than I could ever say. It is so wonderful to be doing something that I enjoy and that you guys enjoy too. Thank you for your comments and your likes. And I hope y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.